Hey, good evening to everyone. Welcome to Dragonforge After Dark, Episode 8, The Long War. This is our very
Long
explosive special.
War!
Yes. Celebrating all things narrative play in Age of Sigmar and Warhammer 40k.
On this very
So,
special rainy evening.
yes. It's very rainy. I hope our internets don't give out
Yeah,
because that would be gods. That would be so bad for internets give out.
yeah we'll
Like
be fine. We'll be fine.
Yeah, yeah. Like the rain's kind of stopped na naman. So
But can you actually hear the rain from outside my window? So it's
yeah,
really
over
pouring.
here it's not that bad na. Um,
Yeah,
it'll probably get stronger later, according to my niece. So while we still have power and internets, let's dive right into it. Right. So what are we discussing today? We are going to be discussing the narrative play for AoS and 40k, which are the Crusade and Path to Glory specials, respectively.
wait,
So
Nani? It's
yeah.
possible to have narrative play in tabletop war games?
Yes, Mikey, that extremely fake spiel and question shall be answered right now. Okay, so narrative gaming is the focus on the story of your dudes. So yes, as I told Regina earlier, it is D&D but with an army, as she commented then on our YouTube. So yes, it's very focused on your dudes. You may or may not be using points. Crusade, for example, uses power level, while AOS still uses points. It has custom progression for your unit, so your dudes actually level up. And in Path to Glory, at least, they have the possibility of death. Yeah, so they focus more on campaigns and telling a long running story instead of one off games. So that's actually pretty cool that you get to play like a long campaign with like these series of characters, these series of units, and John, stay, come on, stay.
Yeah, we're
Very
talking about
important. Yeah,
RPGs. We're talking
yeah.
about
This is
RPGs with an
actually one of
army.
the most reading intensive parts of the core books. So if you don't want to read through it yourself, you should watch this episode. So
Yeah, this is
yeah,
D&D with an
we're
army.
gonna say hi to some of our regular viewers. Gonna say hi to Regina, to John, to Juno, to Eric. Yeah, Eric, by the way, will be joining us next week. He's no longer allowed to back out at this point. So he'll be joining us to discuss Luminous next week. So let's dig into narrative gaming.
Yeah.
So once again, for Warhammer 40k, it's gonna be the Path to Glory system. Can we nix the banner, the Long War banner? It's gonna block off some content on slides.
Oh, sure. You can
Yes,
take that.
Begone banner.
Big on.
Yeah, yeah. Interestingly enough, we will be using Sisters of Battle as our example for this particular episode in the Crusade system, since that's what they used in Warhammer community. So yeah, we will be telling you the story of the Battle Nuns. All right, so it's the Crusade system for Warhammer 40k and the Path to Glory system for Age of Sigmar. They are both fairly new. They are both fairly similar with a lot of key differences, which we'll get into later. But the general skeleton of them is the same, though one skeleton ends with like a snake lady tail, and the other skeleton ends with like a centaur. So
Oh, okay. I was
yeah,
trying to piece together. What are you talking about? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
there are
Yeah,
differences, but there are also similarities. Yes,
yeah.
I am sorry, guys. I am exhausted. This is the longest slideshow I
I
have
love the
ever
meta.
done
I
since
love the metaphor.
freaking
I love the metaphor.
college. This
A V
slideshow is
V N
longer than my thesis defense slideshow,
either
and it
V
has
N matches.
and for the first time ever in Dragonforge After Dark, there will be animations.
Yes,
So
and anime. Wait,
yes. Okay, so let's start with Warhammer 40k Crusade. And yes, Vian finally gets to watch, and welcome, Vian. Like we've been talking shit about you for like a long time, the past few episodes. So it's great that you actually finally get to watch us talk shit about you live. So, what
Crusade.
is Crusade? When people say Crusade, you will either think one of two things. You will think about angry space marines trying to kill the heretics, or you're gonna think of angry Christians trying to reclaim the Holy Land. And I'm sad to say it's not this one, but it is this one.
But
So,
but both of them are religious in nature, in a way.
well, there are crusades that are not religious in nature, like
Like
remember when they wiped out the Templars because the King of France needed money? Anyway, so yeah,
anyway, not
let's not
not
like
that kind of
if you
crusade.
want us to get to start like a history stream, we can do that. But
I'm
for
a
now,
history
we're
teacher.
discussing
Sure.
this kind of crusade. All right.
Yes, this
So
kind.
how do we actually start a crusade? We start by choosing a faction. So the faction can be the general faction keywords, and we'll discuss those later. Then you will create your order of battle, and you're like, "What's order of battle?" Later, and then the crusade cards for each unit in your order of battle. Then you will be spending requisition, and finally, the last step is to actually like fight someone.
Over
And like
religious
Eric,
beliefs.
fine, we will invite you if we actually start talking about historical crusades. Like I particularly love the Children's Crusade, which was the inspiration for the Pied Piper, where they literally like caused the death of lots of children. Gotta love that. So
Yeah. Yes. What a very pleasant topic.
yeah.
But
All right. So first of all, choosing a faction. You can choose one of the general faction keywords. It doesn't have to be Space Marines. It can be Imperium. It can be Coas. It can be Eldari. It can be
the co.
Tyranids. It can be Orcs. It can be Necrons and the Tau Empire. Yeah, it's Coas so that the Emperor's censor doesn't censor us.
Right.
Yeah, because like the C word is censored, but Coas is not. We learned that from text to speech, which I hope will come back soon.
Yeah.
So this actually does encourage you to build soup armies if you want, like more narrative based armies. But of course, you will be giving up some abilities like the doctrines for the Spec Marines and stuff like that. And if you wanna find out why Coas is censored, Regina, you should watch text to speech like I told you like 2 months ago. So next is create the order of battle. This is actually the order of battle that they featured on Warhammer Community, featuring the Paragons of Piety, an Imperium warband with Sisters of Battle. So the first step is to add all of the units that you want to start with in your army, equaling to a maximum of 50 power level because your initial supply limit is 50. Uh, then once added, you cannot change your warlord trait, your relics, your loadout, etc. So your psychic powers, your sub faction. So if you choose Ultramarines for a unit, you're stuck with Ultramarines forever, which is a sad thing to be stuck with. So
Okay.
choose wisely. Um, and but you can remove or add units at any time. You can just like I don't want this squad anymore. I'm gonna get rid of it. You get the supply limit refunded, and then you can
Okay.
just put more stuff in. Like that's pretty fun.
So you don't
Um,
really lose anything.
yes, you don't really lose anything, but it's generally a nice thing to have all your stuff here. And another thing is that the crusade points here on this column here add to your supply limit. So the more experienced your units get, they actually increase in their supply limit requirement. And you might notice what's this requisition points. Requisition points lets you buy warlord traits and other requisitiony things for requisition points. You start with 5 requisition points, and we'll get to requisition points later. You also have your battle tally, which is the number of your battles you've fought, your battles won. So you get to see your stats, how many battles you've won over battles you've fought. So depending on what army you play and how good you are, like this will greatly vary. What was that? Anyway, so and then you can put your crusade goals, information, and notable victories. This is where the role playing comes in. Like you can set your own goals. You can put your own fluff here, and it's really pretty good. And you can also name your various crusade cards, and it's very recommended to name your crusade card so you don't just have like tactical squad 1, tactical squad 2. So here they actually have like squad Relinda, squad Silana, based on who the uh, based on who the sergeant is. All right. So when we're creating our crusade cards, note that you don't automatically get a warlord trait or a relic. You have to buy those with requisition points. So if you're playing a game of regular 40k, they give you like a free warlord trait and one relic, but here you have to buy those. So that's 2 CP off the bat. Sorry, 2 RP off the bat. And your crusade points go up or down throughout the campaign and contribute to your supply limit, as I noted earlier. So the more experience you get, your crusade points go up. And if you take any battle scars, your crusade points actually go down. This is also where you track your experience, your rank, um, what psychic powers you have, what your warlord traits are, your relic, your equipment. And remember, you cannot change this anymore. And there's just these things called agendas that you track here, which will be discussed later when you're actually fighting a battle. Now, spending RP. So you can spend RP to buy various things. And note that you can't use relics, warlord traits, and other upgrades unless you spend RP. Um, and you cannot use strats that upgrade units before the battle, like chapter command. So you can't automatically at the start of the game by spending a CP have your super broken Ravenwing Chief Apothecary zooming around, resurrecting your attack bikes one per turn. So you actually have to get those through progression.
Okay,
And
basically everyone starts at the first level, like
yes,
any good role playing game.
with the exception of named characters. Named characters will always have a warlord trait by default, even if they're not the warlord.
Ooh,
So which warlord trait they have will be indicated in your codex. So it can
spicy.
be a dud, it can be good, but hey, it's actually free, unlike in standard match play for TK. So it's a nice thing to have. So this is where you can spend your RP on. You can increase your supply limit, which lets you include more stuff in your roster. You can add fresh recruits, which means like adding more recruits into your army. You can rearm and resupply, which is changing loadouts. Repair and recuperate lets you remove wounds. Psychic meditation lets you change what psychic powers you know. Specialist reinforcements. Let me just consult the book.
The book,
Yes, a reading to the book according to GW.
according to requisition points.
Yes. So okay. Specialist reinforcements get lets you use a stratagem to either give your unit a better characteristic profile or abilities. So this is the stuff that lets you, for example, upgrade another model to get a new warlord trait, uh, which you still need to spend your CP on in your codex. So that's very important to note. And the warlord trait lets you have a warlord trait, and relic lets you have a standard relic. Remember that not to confuse relics with the Crusade relics. Crusade relics are exclusive for Crusade, and they actually come later in battle honors.
Oh, like rare
Okay,
items, rare
yes,
loot.
rare items, yes. So all right, during the battle, if one player's crusade points are higher than the others, you have to actually tally those crusade points that go into your power level. So you have to tally the crusade points in the crusade points part of your order of battle, and if one player's crusade points are higher than the others, the opposing player gains command points equal to half the difference rounded up. So the underdog actually gets more CP in order to make it more balanced. You also
That's cool.
choose agendas, which are like secondary objectives at the start of the game, depending on the size of the game. But these things give XP instead of victory points. And please, important, very important, take note of who dies during the game because that will matter later. So after the battle, there are three things to do. You resolve your out of action units, you update your experience points and your battle honors, and three, you update combat tallies and your order of battle. So when you're doing this, first we will resolve our out of action units. So for every unit that died, completely died, you roll a d6, and on a 1, they take an injury. So you have to choose one of these two. You either lose d6 experience points and can't gain experience from this battle,
Ouch.
or you take a battle scar. And battle scars are pretty painful. Yeah. So battle scars can reduce your movement, can reduce your charge rolls, make you unable to perform psychic actions or any actions, reduce your leadership, or even make you unaffected by stratagems. So or auras. So these are pretty painful, but they also uh for each battle scar you have, reduce your crusade points by 1, which do make your units cheaper. So
Mm.
for example, I'm a space marine. Uh Subtracting 1 from my leadership, particularly if I'm a dark angel who gives zero shits about morale, um to -1 to my crusade points is actually a pretty good deal. So I'm definitely going for that instead of losing my experience. But remember that you can have a maximum of 6 battle scars and you cannot double up. So if you have all of these, you're required to take devastating blow instead. So earning XP. There are 3 ways to earn XP in this game. First of all, at the end of the battle, each unit that has a crusade card that was part of your army list gains 1 experience point. You also gain 1 experience point for every third enemy unit you have destroyed in total throughout the campaign. So it actually asks you to tally. So if you kill 2 in the first game and kill another one in the second game, that's 3 and you get 1 experience point. So it stacks throughout the thing. You don't it's not if you kill 2 in one game and not kill 3, you don't get an XP. It's not like that. You still get your XP once you get your third in the campaign. And third, really nice, is marked for greatness. Basically, you get to choose. It's basically nepotism. You get to choose your favorite unit, and then they get 3 XP.
Wait, whether or not they earned it or deserved it in battle.
It's really up to you how you
Okay.
decide to deserve it. If you're a corrupt Astra Militarum general, you give your nephew the mark for greatness, right?
Okay, that's narrative.
Yeah,
That's not
yeah,
that's narrative fluff. That works. That
yeah.
works.
Or if you say your warlord hates this particular sergeant or this particular lieutenant, you'll never mark them for greatness, no matter how well they do.
Yeah,
So yeah, yeah,
just
it's
like
up
real
to you
life,
how you want to role play this. You can min
just like
max it.
actual
You can
battles.
totally role play it. It's really up to you.
That's nice. That's nice. Hey, look, it's Michael Lim
Hey, it's
joining
Michael.
us again. Hello. Glad you
Okay,
could join us.
so experience points determine how many battle honors you can have. So it's 0 to 5, you don't get anything. Once you get blooded, you get 1, and then for every 15, and then for every 20, so you get an additional battle honor. So what are these?
Battle honors. Okay.
Battle honors are either battle traits, and battle traits are pretty cool because there are four tables for this. There's one table for character units, there's one table for monster units, there's one table for vehicle units, and then there's one for everyone else. So depending on what kind of unit you are, you can roll or choose. I guess it depends on how your campaign runs, if you like rolling or if you like choosing. Honestly, I feel like rolling is really good for stuff like wounds, but choosing is really good for stuff like battle traits. But that will be up to your TO, so your mileage may vary here. And it's really nice because it's very individualized. Like characters like have their own tree, monsters have their own tree, vehicles have their own tree, and other units have their own tree. And yeah, so battle traits are pretty cool. Weapon enhancements, basically, there's one table for ranged weapons and one table for melee weapons, and
Mm.
that actually lets you upgrade a specific weapon. For example, your guy has a power sword. You can upgrade that power sword to have master work. Sorry, to you can give it Fleshbane, which add once to the damage. But remember that once you have upgraded something with a weapon enhancement, you can no longer change it. You can no longer change it when you change your loadout using RP. So if you enhance something, that's permanent. Psychic Fortitudes are a table of D3 which only works for Psychers, makes Psychers a bit better, and Crusade Relics are the special ones because you get a bunch of relics here in the core book, and you get a bunch of relics also in your respective codices. And what's nice about this is they're tiered. So if we go back here, you can see the ranks. There are some relics that are only available, for example, to heroic and legendary heroes. So that's actually pretty cool that there are tiers of relics, that some you can only take if you're a lower rank, some you can only take if you're a higher rank, and there are going to be other battle honors specific to your faction, so consult your codex for that. Yeah, and a nice thing about this is that when you actually check your codex, there are going to be additional goals and there are going to be additional mechanics. And I've seen, like, for example, with the codex supplement Dark Angels, you you hunt for the fallen. You know, if fallen exist, which they don't, but
Or do
theoretically, if
they?
the fallen
Or do
exists,
they?
you can choose like fallen. You can choose to put fallen in your enemy's army that you can hunt to gain more points.
By
And
the way,
you also score like points that let you investigate more fallen. The Grey Knights one actually lets you choose a demonic nemesis that you hunt down through your campaign, uh, which can be really shaft you in terms of actual gameplay. Because if you choose, for example, a greater demon like a Lord of Secrets, or sorry, a Keeper of Secrets, you're basically giving your enemy's army a free Keeper of Secrets just so you could hunt it down. Yeah, so the Grey Knights one is playing on hard mode. The Thousand Suns one is a bit more balanced, where you actually search for knowledge, relics, etc. It's all very fluffy, and I love every single bit of it. Even the
yeah, there's
Grey
a
Knights one, which is so dumb because like, here, have a free Greater Demon. I
but
am playing on hard mode.
there's a corresponding reward that's tantamount to the accomplishment.
Yes, it's called
Okay.
bragging rights.
What? No special item, no special
Hey, the
reward.
Grey Knights don't do what they do for reward.
Okay. By the way, I have a question, Kesh.
Yeah,
So when you gain a battle honor, you can actually choose. For example, one of my psychers gains a
a
battle
battle
honor.
honor.
Do I get to choose battle trait, weapon
Yes, you
enhancement,
get to choose battle traits, weapon enhancements, psychic fortitude, crusade relics, or
one
if
for
there's
each,
anything
or
in your
just
codex,
choose one? Just choose
just
one.
choose one.
Okay. Okay, that's cool.
And if
So
I
you get to
remember
have a say.
correctly, there's a maximum number of battle traits you can have, which is like three. Yeah, I think you're only allowed to have three per category.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually taking enhancement, battle honors, also increases your crusade points. So if you have a power level of 10 or more, if you have a power level of 10 or less, you get an additional crusade point, and if you have a power level of 11 or higher, you get two additional crusade points.
Wait, are the
So
battle
mhm.
honors gained cumulative? Kasi for example, um, experience when you're blooded, you gain one battle honor. When you turn
Yes.
battle hardened, you gain another two.
No, no, you get two total. So you get another one.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
you have a maximum of four
Yes, that is
by the end of
correct.
it. Cool. Okay.
So, any other questions from Mikey or the comment section? Because after this, we're going to pass the glory.
Wow. I might actually try Crusade once we're able to play again.
Yeah,
That's
Crusade
exciting.
is really nice because I've actually been looking through the Crusade mission pack, and you have a different you have different selections of missions per battle size. So, combat patrol, there's three missions. Incursion, there's six. Strike force, there's six. Onslaught, there's three. So, depending on how you grow your army, how big the games get, you actually have different missions that you play, and each of them will have their own narrative, narrative flavor. Then, playing with agendas is gonna change stuff. It can be a bit boring if you're not into roleplay too much and you don't have a codex yet. But honestly, the codex adds so much, and it's really cool because you can upgrade your Space Marine captains to be like Master of the Watch, etc. The Death
I have
Watch one, yeah,
I have
yeah,
not
the
looked at
Death
the
Guard
Crusade
one.
section of
Yeah,
my
you
deck.
should, you should. Like honestly, the Crusade section is one of the best sections of the Codex when combined with the Crusade section in the core book.
But did you
Yeah,
say that the Crusade content of the core rulebook it's pretty substantial?
it's incredibly substantial. It's very thick. It's let's see how much this is. This is counting pages.
Wow, we have cool battle
Yeah,
traits for
it's
Death Guard.
almost 50 pages of content.
This is pretty good. This is pretty good.
Yeah. Uh the Death Guard will probably also have their own goals, their own ways. They're probably like making new plagues or something.
Yeah, turn their hope to rot. Poison the well. Poison the well. I like the sound of that.
So it's a really nice way to add flavor to your narrative campaign, which is honestly super cool. And of course, the codex supplements, if your army has codex supplements, will add an even deeper layer of narrative content. For example, for the Blood Angels, your characters can actually fall to the Black Rage. There's actually roles for Black Rage where your characters can succumb to the Black Rage and they have to be inducted into the Death Company. And this can also happen to some of your units. And Space Marines, if your characters take two battle scars or more, you can spend an RP to enter them in a dreadnought.
Ooh,
Yeah, yeah, and then they keep all of their battle honors. So that's really cool, honestly.
sige.
Okay,
So make sure to check the. So for everyone who owns a 40K Codex in the ninth edition, please check your Crusade content. Apparently, it's super
yeah.
good.
And if you have like a core book, you should definitely check it out. In previous core books, honestly, the open play section and the narrative play section of the core books were fillers. Like no one actually read them. I read the narrative parts because you actually need them to start building campaigns, but they were pretty sparse. And this core book, the only dead part of this core book is the open play, which will permanently remain dead to me
Yeah,
because
open
no
play is
one
just
play.
for getting
Like,
you started.
yeah, the only time open play has actually been useful in my experience is with New Kill Team, where it's actually the recommended game mode for
Yeah,
learning.
it
Yeah,
is.
but for like general 40k, etc., eat,
Eat,
yeet.
eat match play.
Yeah. So yes, it's like D&D but with armies. You can like add flavor and story and background for each of your units, and it's pretty cool. And yeah, you're checking your Death Guard Crusade section now. If you thought it was a use as part of your codex before, it's not. It's absolutely cool. It's absolutely amazing. There's a ton of new content there, and we'll discuss how we actually incorporate those in the games later. So
Sige, Juno.
next
Once my Tau Empire 9th edition codex comes out, we'll definitely do a Crusade.
Yes, Mikey's gonna hit you with this weeaboo fight and magic. All right.
Okay, so let's go
So
to
next up is Warhammer Age of Sigmar Path to Glory.
Path to
Now, I
Glory.
wasn't able to grab any pictures from Warhammer community here because they actually haven't done an article on Path to Glory.
Hmm.
So what I had to do was resort to insert tables and memes. So please bear with me. There will be memes. So,
We love
first of
memes.
all,
Who
what
doesn't
is
love
Path to
memes?
Glory? When you think Path to Glory, you and your cash, you think of one of two things. One is the horrible Path to Glory expansion that they released in Age of Sigmar 1.0 and continued to 2.0 and continued to be a dud part of your battle tome back in the old battle tome, back in the old 2.0 and 1.0 battle tomes, where it basically required you to own the entire range for the army and then randomly roll to see what goes in your army. It was a pretty bad system. As a skeleton, it had a lot of good points with its progression and with its actual gameplay, but like the core, the skeleton of it was really bad. And this book, don't be fooled by this book with that fake spine. That's actually a very thin stapled together manual because that's how sparse it was. And if you're Kesh, you're also thinking Path to Glory, the Roman Cursus Honorum, where you start where politicians of the patrician or plebeian class try to rise up in Rome's political system to eventually become the consul or the dictator or the censor, depending on the times. But if you're thinking Path to Glory is one of these, you would be absolutely wrong. Boo boo desua. Very, very wrong. So yeah, I ran out of content, so you're getting Love Life. All right. So Path
What
to
is that?
Glory. How do we start Path to Glory? Uh, the Path to Glory is much easier to learn how to start from the AoS core book because they learned a bit from the 40k core book, which is a bit chaotic. This one actually puts steps like step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. So it's a step by step process and it's actually very easy to understand. So, first of all, choose your faction and your realm. You choose your starting size and your territories, your order of battle, as similar to 40k. You do your core enhancements, and then you pick your first quest.
That's cute.
Yes, yeah. When I saw quest, I thought of this cute little thing from the webcomic. It's adorable quest, and this is basically how you start off. You're like a little plant thing in the service of Nagash. Okay, so first off, you choose your faction and your realm. You have to choose your sub faction at this time. So, for example, if you're playing Soul Blight Gravelords, you have to choose both Soul Blight Gravelords and then your dynasty. If you're selecting Legion of Blood, Legion of Night, etc., Castelli Dynasty. If you're playing Lumineth Realm Lords, step out of the room and get out of my shop. But just kidding. Love you, Eric, and
Eric's
please keep
watching.
buying. You choose your Lumineth Realm faction blah city, or if you're cities of Sigmar, you choose your city. So and that cannot be changed. So unlike the 40k version where you can go Imperium, you can go Koas, you can go Eldari, this one you can't do Grand Alliances like Death. You can't do Order, Destruction, Koas. So you have to commit, and you can't really do soup, but you can do allies later, as we will discuss. Because AOS actually does have an ally system, which lets you bring allies without breaking your your focused on your faction. Okay, so then you choose your territories and your starting size. The smallest starting size is Vanguard with 600 points. Sorry, Mikey, it's 600 points, not
Oh,
500.
okay.
So
It's fine.
we're just gonna add the ballista to that list that I made for you, and then you're
Yes, I can
done.
use my ballista. Woohoo!
Yes, the heavy bolter is in. Right. And then you have a unit limit of 6. You have a starting territory of 1. And you start with 5 glory points, similar to the requisition points earlier. But it's a lot more, how do you say, the inflation is bigger in this one. You get a lot more glory points, and things cost more glory points than they do RP. Then you have Warband, which also starts with 1 territory, but it's 1,000 points, 8 unit limit, starting glory points, and so on. Usually, you want your campaign to start in the Vanguard or Warband range, and then you build up. Like, building up is totally fun. So, and it allows people to like pace with their painting and not get burnt out immediately. And all right, so territories, what are they? You actually start and gain territory throughout this game, which is amazing. Like, I love this system. It's a very narrative. It's super interesting. You can build lore of your empire, your surrounding lands. You can create your custom artwork. You can create terrain for it. Eric, you can create terrain for it. Once again,
Okay,
Eric,
this
create
is the
terrain for it,
role playing.
please. Yeah, yeah.
This is the
This
real
is
role
like
playing aspect of it.
this is peak role playing. This is
Okay,
honestly the best part of this system. I hate that 40k doesn't have it. I get why, because you want to be hopping from planets, like going
right.
through warp travel, etc., and doesn't make sense. But this is absolutely amazing. This is like, I love this. There are parts of the Path to Glory system that I absolutely despise, but this balances it out. Like, gods.
It is the role playing wargame experience. I need that core book now.
Yeah, you need that core book.
I
Honestly,
need that
this
core
is
book.
the first time in a while that the core books are actually super necessary. Not since 7th ed would I have required everyone to get core books, but these are so good, honestly.
Okay, noted,
Yeah.
noted.
Yeah.
This is the
So
role playing wargame
having
experience.
different starting territories increase your various limits by 1. So what are those limits? So we're going to get to that later. You also start with a stronghold, and your stronghold lets you have up to maximum of 3 territories, 3 barracks, um and 1 maximum outpost. Yeah, those are 4 territories and barracks, right?
Right,
Those are barracks.
right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. What's wrong with my barracks? You don't like my barracks? Don't want to put troops in that barracks?
No, I love myself some barracks.
Yeah, barracks are the best.
Yeah, but
Right.
3 barracks not enough.
Yeah, definitely. We need more barracks. We need to fill the screen with barracks. I wish I
Yes.
filled the screen with barracks, but
Moving on.
yeah. If you're playing Zinch, you can add more with change you can believe in, and you can later upgrade your stronghold with glory points. So we'll discuss that when we get into the nitty-gritty of territories, which
Yeah,
I love. My
that's a
gosh.
very good excuse to get more terrain for your realm.
Yes. Yes,
Eric is
definitely
creating
get
a lot
more
of
terrain
terrain
for
in
the
gaming.
realm. And if you put a barracks in that area, you have to put a flag with Barack Obama's face on it. That this is the way. This is the way. All right. So your starting order of battle um depends on your starting sides actually. If you remember our table from earlier, this table. Oh, sorry. This table. Yeah, that will determine our maximum unit limit, but the rest it's gonna be here. So we can have a maximum of 3 heroes, one monster, one war machine, one wizard, one priest, one reinforce, and one allied unit. And this will increase depending on what territories you control, which is great. Honestly, I love it. And if I have not said, if I haven't impressed upon you yet how much I love the territory system, I'm gonna keep doing it. It's just like I love the territory system. I'm like I'm like a colonial white man right now, just loving the territory. Gods, yes. All right. So the next part is creating your order of battle. So first, you choose your warlord. It cannot be a unique unit. So you can't have a unique character be your warlord, but you can include them in your order of battle. So while you can't have Manfred von Karstein be your named warlord, he can be a sub warlord, and you can have someone else there. The name characters are basically just guests. Yes. I love conquering the territory like a colonizer.
In AOS.
In AoS, yes, of course,
You
of
have to be
course.
clear about it.
Yes. Cash IRL does not support stealing islands from people's exclusive economic zones.
And the sacred ground of indigenous peoples wherever you are in the world.
Indeed, indeed. Though, point that I'm pointing out that if like someone has owned a piece of land for 1,000 years, and then you say, "Oh, we owned it before you," and try to steal it back, yeah, that's gonna lead you to something called an actual IRL crusade or a Gulf War, something like that. Anyway, so you can also include one War Scroll battalion or core battalion and one endless spell or invocation without spending glory points, but the endless spell or invocation will and the War Scroll battalion will cost you points. So if you miss your War Scroll battalions with your old 2.0 battle tomes, this is where you can use it. But expect them to be heavily nerfed with more battle tomes coming out. And there's no need to add your faction terrain to your roster. Depending on the battle plan, it will be allowed or not allowed. So it's gonna tell you if you can bring it or not. So for
Okay.
example, in an ambush setting, you probably can't bring it, but like in like face off battles, you probably can.
Yeah,
So
because
remember,
what do you call this? The three elves. The three elves always need to bring their trees if they want to
there
be
these,
effective.
yeah. So there will be times that they cannot. Like if they're being ambushed, they're being caught outside of their forest. Yeah.
Yes,
Path of
Eric.
yeah, we will get to that. That's actually a major gripe. But yeah. Kesh is not
It will
just
be
simping
addressed.
over the system, Kesh will also rant about the system.
Yes, we will call
There are
out
good
what needs to be
points
called out.
and bad points. Remember Mikey, the GW simp ticker.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. We are
Yes,
not
we have
GW
that. We have
Sims.
that.
We
Make it
are
so.
not GW
W simp
Sims.
should be right there.
It's here. It's here. I see it. But we are not Sims. Okay, we are not Sims. We're
Yes, we
not
are not
GW Sims.
GW simps. I simp over the territory system, but I will rant about the stuff I hate about this later.
Yeah, we
So,
will call out what
yeah,
needs to be called out. Like any good crusader.
right. No, a really good crusader won't call anything out and just blindly obey whatever the higher ups are saying.
Yeah, and yeah, kill whatever that
Yeah,
whatever moves
that's
and
how
doesn't
crusades
believe.
work, Mikey.
Yeah, kill
Oh, I
whatever doesn't
totally missed
believe
a
in the sword.
joke. How to start a crusade. First, you talk to the Pope. Damn it, I missed the joke.
Oh,
I missed the joke.
it's
Ha,
fine.
I hate
At least you
myself.
said it now.
Anyway, so core enhancements. Remember that you get core enhancements in the base AOS game. So stuff you would get by default in a pitch battle game, like your command trait and your free relic, you still get. Unlike in the Crusade system, where it's not included, you have to buy them with RP. Here, they're free. And yeah, yeah, there we go. And bonus enhancements are stuff you earn during your Path to Glory campaign, which are things you get from your quests.
Sorry, Eric. Next
Yeah,
time.
next time, like, if you guys want to do an Inuman session, just talking shit about history, we can totally do that.
On
Like
stream?
we can do a special on that, honestly. Yeah,
Yeah,
on
sure. And
stream,
then
why not?
yeah, we can contextualize it in the 40k setting, sure, or even in I don't know. Are there any religious wars in AOS on the same level that they have in 40k?
No one wants to worship Nagash, therefore Nagash rightfully tried to soul wars.
Okay, that counts.
Yeah, rightfully, like Nagash did nothing wrong. So the last part of starting your campaign is you pick your quests. Quests are secondary missions that you try to achieve during the game and reward campaign bonuses like bonus relics, bonus spells, etc. that you later put in your vault, which we will discuss. And there are 8 choices to start with, and but there are probably gonna be more with the battle tomes. So yes, yes, this is also a valid reason to crusade.
Definitely.
So okay, just gonna say hello to Dre, who'll be joining us in October as we try
Woo!
to sell him new orc figs during our orc faction focus on October 8th. Yes.
That'll be fun.
So look forward to that, guys. Dre's wallet is not looking forward to it. So yeah, see we listened and we're making October happen. Yeah.
Yeah, because we love you guys.
Yes. Yes. So if you want to see things happening in our streams, just comment. Let us know what you want. Like, what do you want, Ryan Gosling? Okay. So Zavault. This is where all your campaign loot goes. Uh, this is where you store your extra relics, your extra spells, your extra command traits, etc. Unfortunately, there is no separate table for the Crusade relics like in Crusade. Uh, but you because AOS does have a hefty amount of relics, extra spells, command traits, etc. It doesn't really matter as much. But remember that you can only have 6 of each, like 6 of each relic, 6 of each extra spell, 6 of each extra command trait, etc. All right, now when you're actually fighting your Path to Glory battles, we have to talk about the tiers of battle and what to do if your opponent is not in a Path to Glory campaign. So if your
Wait, that's
opponent is
okay?
not, hmm? Yeah,
That's
that's
okay?
okay. Yeah, I'm briefly just gonna go over it. If your enemy is not in a Path to Glory campaign, there's like a flow chart for it in the core book, which is really nice. It's really very good at answering your questions, and yeah, it's pretty nice. I honestly like it as a skeleton. And yeah. So if you are playing in a Path to Glory campaign, your opponent is not playing in a Path to Glory campaign, you basically don't get any bonus enhancements, but you can still score Path to Glory points at the end of it. You also don't need to make any injury rolls or death rolls, etc. So that's the only real difference. Like some of the flavor is removed, but you can still gain points from it. since it's still a battle won with your army.
Oh, so
So
it's not
now,
a wasted effort.
it's not a wasted effort, totally not. Um, but note that stuff that's required in match play, for example, your faction relic, um, some sub factions require you to bring their relic and their command trait. You will have to include those in your roster and spend glory points if necessary to plug them in. But aside from that, since you should be doing that anyway to start with, it shouldn't be that much of a problem. Right, so tiers of battle will vary depending on how upgraded your stronghold is. If both players have any level of stronghold, including the basic stronghold, you play a lower tier of battle. If both players have an imposing or mighty, you can play a middle tier. Or if both of you have mighty, you can play a higher tier. If both of you have mighty, you can choose to do middle or higher tier, depending on how you feel to best represent your game. All right. So bonus enhancements. You can have a number of extra bonus enhancements like artifacts of power, spells, etc., depending on the tier of game. So the lower tier only lets you have one of each bonus enhancement. The middle tier has significantly more, and the higher tier has even more. Usually, especially if you're progressing to increasing your points during the campaign, this will be when you're gonna be of higher points, and everything's just gonna be dialed up to 11 at
Bigger.
this point. Yeah, everything's gonna be bigger. Everything's gonna be better. There are gonna be more monsters on the field. There are gonna be more heroes on the field. There's probably gonna be a god or two running around. So it's pretty cool. Now, the aftermath sequence is what happens after the battle. First, you earn glory points, which are like requisition points from earlier. You resolve injuries and casualties, which were not in the Crusade system, but if for anyone who played Kill Team, the previous edition of Kill Team, this will be very familiar and very painful. Then you gain renown points, which is XP, similar to Crusade. You complete your quests and you gain any bonus from your quests. And then you
Yeah.
manage your stronghold. This is my favorite part. You manage your stronghold, you manage territories, and you manage your order of battle. Yes, territories. So note that in the aftermath sequence, there's gonna be both a lot of griping and a lot of simping. So let's get to it.
What? Okay.
Yeah. So how do you earn glory points? Depending on the points of the game that you played, you can score glory points just for fighting the battle, for winning a major victory, a minor victory, and if your warlord took part in the battle and was not slain. So yeah, you see that the bigger the game that you fight, the more points you can actually accrue, the more upgrades you can buy, etc., etc. So at the end of each game, for each model that lost, sorry, each unit that lost models, nota, you don't have to be wiped out for each for casualty rolls. So for example, I have a unit of 20 zombies. I lost 5. That means I have to make casualty rolls. So I have to roll a d6 for each model in the unit that died and was not resurrected. And for each one, that model is not available from the unit at the start of the next game. Yeah, it's actually pretty painful. And if the casualty score is equal to the number of models in the unit, remove the unit from your order of battle, which is really painful. Basically, if your entire unit was wiped out, they gone.
Okay, that
They
hurts.
gone, yo.
That surprised.
Yeah, if you lose 20 zombies and you roll 20 ones, the unit is gone. It's gone. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Yeah. For heroes, etc., um, you instead roll on the glorious injury table. So for units with a wound for heroes and units with a wound characteristic of 8 or more that are noted as being single, like Kesh, that were slain, you do roll 2d6 on the glorious injury table, which I'm not gonna put here, but the important bit is on a 2 or 3, you die. Bye bye. So your warlord can actually die, and in that, if your warlord dies, you have to choose another hero in your army to be your warlord, or spend your glory points to buy another hero. If you're broke and don't have any glory points, you actually get one for free because the game pities you for sucking so hard. Right. So gaining renown points. This is basically experience. How do we gain renown points? Similar to Crusade, you gain one renown for playing and surviving in the battle. You gain bonus renown depending on what the battle plan says you get. And the third is you can choose a unit to nepotism for D6 renown. So
Oh, okay.
unique
That
units do
that rule
not
also
gain renown.
exists in AOS.
Yes. So unique units do not gain renown. Like everyone already knows who Manfred is. Everyone already knows who Gotrek is. So no need for that. And gaining renown points. So depending on how much renown you have, you can get an additional. You can get veteran abilities. And this is where I start griping. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with the system itself, right? This is fine, right? But my gripe is in this book. Remember how 40k had 4 different tables of d6 for each varying unit type? This book has 6 total. Doesn't matter who you are, there are 6 incredibly bland veteran upgrades. And it's just why? Come on, guys. It feels unfinished, it feels lazy, and it feels honestly pretty boring. Like there's no incentive for me to customize because um of course I'm gonna put the best ones on everyone, like because here you can actually have like duplicates, etc. And it's it's honestly a very missed opportunity. Though I feel like they're gonna start putting it in
Battle
they're gonna
tomes.
start putting it in the battle tomes. So my opinion could change when the battle tomes released, but as like an initial release, it feels lacking. It feels like the initial release of No Man's Sky. It feels unfinished.
So, did they explicitly say that they will be supporting that feature in the upcoming battle tomes?
There are actually a lot of features in that are noted here in the core rules that don't exist in the core rules, which we'll get to later. So like it feels unfinished. So if you're fighting a crusade player with a battle tome, like an Orok or a Stormcast players in a couple of weeks, you're gonna be like going at like a huge disadvantage until you get yours. Yeah, I know they're coming out, but like unlike the crusade system for 40k where it you don't feel too left out by not having your codex, this one feels like a kick in the nuts for a Soulblight Gravelords player who will probably not get another update till the end of the edition.
Oof.
Yeah, so like I am so freaking salty because of the veteran abilities. Also, the heroes and renown. You think they could not be lazy and give us like renown tables and stuff. Instead, no. If you get 15 renown points, you get a command trait. And your warlord automatically starts with 15 renown, so he automatically gets a command trait. So
Yeah, they need to fix that.
it's a missed opportunity. I mean, they already built this incredible skeleton. Like they spent more time. They gave us an entire table for territories and upgrading territories. But
That's the best
then
part.
Yeah, which is honestly the best part. But um, I want to play this less for my dudes and more for my territories, which I don't know how to feel about when it's supposed to be a my dudes game, right?
Now it's a my land game.
My land,
My
yes.
land, get off my land.
I
You get a buff.
can't
You get a
stand.
buff. You get a buff. All the same
Yeah,
buffs.
I don't
All the
actually
same
want
buffs.
a buff. I just want like fluffy tables that I can roll on. It's not a big ask.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
I mean, if the 40k core book can provide all of that flavor
yeah. They
all
put
at
it in
once,
the 40k core book. Why can't they put it here? That's my main gripe. Like they showed us they could do it a year before. What happened? Like you gave us this great improvement, which is the territory system, which I absolutely love to bits. Like again, I love the territory system. I simp for the territory system. I would marry the territory system, but it doesn't love me back. So
you know what?
yes.
I can compare this to when ninth edition came out and the codices weren't available yet because of the global hootenanny with the global logistics and stuff. Yet
Mhm.
people were already enjoying Crusade,
Yeah,
and
Crusade
all
was
praises for
enjoyable
Crusade.
from the get go, and it only got better with the codexes.
Uh-huh.
Now this feels incomplete, and it honestly made me sad. Like if you want to create a custom table for your campaign, do it. But otherwise, it just sad cash.
Yes,
Um,
you feel incomplete.
mhm. Anyway, let's move on to happier things. All right, the next step is the complete quests or give up on the quest. So in this sequence, in this part of the thing, you gain the rewards from completing the quest, or you can choose to nix your quest and then choose a new one. So, for example, if you failed to kill the five giant toads in 3 days, because your entire party is incompetent with a useless goddess, a paladin who can't hit shit and is a masochist, and only one
And a
competent
lolly
member and
and
a
a lolly
lolly who
that can
can
only
only cast
explode
one
things.
spell a day. Um,
And that one spell only for
yes.
every single day.
Yep. So you can choose to give up on the quest and have a new quest for the next game, or you can like try again in the next game with the same quest. So not really much to say about this, but here we go. Managing your stronghold. Okay, Cash is happy again. Okay,
Okay, let's be
yes.
happy.
Thank the gods for Kazuma.
Yes. Thank you for Steel, the most imba
Yes.
move.
Steal!
Steel! The most imba move ever.
Note that we do
Yes, we
not
do not.
support stealing underwear on this channel. Like
Yes.
please do not steal people's underwear. Like we
Yes.
cannot stress that enough. Please do not steal. Period.
Do not steal Pantsu
DOH
or anything.
Secretary Francisco Duque the Third, please do not. Okay. So step 5, manage your stronghold. Remember our stronghold actually gave us limitations on stuff. Um, we can upgrade our strongholds first into an imposing stronghold and then a mighty stronghold. So you do have to go through imposing and mighty. So it costs a total of 90 glory points to fully upgrade your stronghold, which is pretty expensive. So you will need to play a lot of games.
But you can have 12 barracks. Oh my god.
Yes,
We can have
you can
12
have
barracks.
12 barracks. You can have 12 barracks and you can institute change.
Yes, we
Yeah,
all love that feature.
it's honestly super cool. Like I love this, and it's a great modeling opportunity where you can actually build a stronghold. You can fluff games in your stronghold. Like You can say, "Oh, I'm invading Eric's stronghold." So like Eric can bring all his stronghold built terrain, and then we get to invade this castle. It's great for narrative play, and it's great for terrain building.
It's great for
I
bad temps.
love it.
All the photo ops that you can do. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, it feels like
I am being
playing
tempted.
Total
I am
War.
being tempted. I am being tempted
It
to
feels
get
like playing
into it.
Total War because you get to like customize your upgrades.
Yes. So
Yeah.
again, AOS Path to Glory is the role-playing wargame experience.
Okay. So what do these things on the strongholds actually do? The barracks, aside from lifting up your economy and generally giving people healthcare, it also gives 5 glory. For 5 glory, you get to buy an Obama, and for each Obama, you get Obamacare, which increases your unit limit by 2 to maximum 30. So this is how you get more units in your army, especially if you're a horde unit. If you're Sons of Behemoth, you don't care about no barracks, right? You're gonna have 4 models in your army max,
Because they're a
like
bunch of giant
because you're a bunch of
hillbilly
giants. We'll
right
discuss giants
right
later when we
right
get to
wing
territories.
giants. They don't want
Yeah,
barracks.
but you can also only add 1 barrack per aftermath phase. So per game you play, you can only get 1 barrack.
Okay.
Yeah. So to get your 12 barracks, you need to play 12 games. All right. So outposts, what do they do? I have no fucking clue. Seriously, it says check the supplemental Path to Glory battle packs for those, and they don't exist.
That's they're not even going to be in the battle tomes. They're gonna be
I
in
don't
another book.
know.
That's wild.
They don't exist, man. Like, what am I supposed to like refer to? And yeah, doing Black
Yeah, we
Ops
can do that.
missions. Yeah,
We'll do that, Eric.
tying
We'll do
in
that.
Warcry missions with your the N Warlords campaign is something that I actually want to do in the future. And my favorite part, manage your territories like a British colonizer.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Michael Lim, but you know that's part of life in AOS
Yeah, yeah.
narrative.
Sieges are part of life. As
You know,
Rogal
defending
Dorn would
castles.
say, right? Like Dorn says, "We siege, we siege." And yeah,
Siege
it's
today.
future proofing language, but like I hate it because it's like it sets expectations, and I am an impatient man. Like, why you not give it to me on release, G-Dub? You just add 3 more pages. We done.
DLC.
Heck,
DLC, man.
heck,
We need to sell
I
DLC.
could probably come up with more of those fucking tables for like veteran upgrades. Heck, I could copy paste the ones from 40k and they would work.
See, we are not GW Sims. We are not GW bootleg. We are
Man,
not British bootlickers.
it feels so lazy, but the territory system is so good. So like I'm torn about Path to Glory. Like I wanna play it just for the territories.
But
It's
your
like
dudes get nothing. Your
yeah,
dudes
fuck
get
the
nothing.
dudes. It's like playing Total War and then putting all the battles on auto because you play it as a city simulator.
Maybe the real veteran table was the friends we made along the way and the lands we conquered
God,
along the way.
yes. Also known as the British Commonwealth.
So that's all. See, that's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it
All
has
right.
always been.
Lol, 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 Eric. It's okay. I do this sometimes, and I don't actually like the feel of the army, but I like how their politics system works. I do this too. Like, don't worry. Total War isn't really just about war. All right. So to manage your territories, you have to make an exploration roll on territories table, which gets its own fucking page. Veteran upgrades table. Anyway,
The
and it's
salt.
really cool because there are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different types of territories, which you can buy for 10 GP if you want it. Like if you land on barren wastes and it can't be controlled, sucks for you. There are quests that allow you to scout and increase the number of exploration rolls you make, which is pretty cool if you just want to expand. And this is my favorite part. Um, Note that first of all, we have to note that you can only have a maximum of three of each type of territory, and the number of maximum territories you have are capped by the level of your stronghold. So you have to upgrade your castle before you get more lands. But if you already have max territories, you can abandon one of your existing ones, like what Britain did to India, and it was horrible. Gods.
Kesh.
You can
Is
take your former territory, you can chop it up into three, you can put the the Muslims on either side and the Hindus in the middle, and tell everyone to sog off.
wait.
And then you
Is
can shoot Gandhi.
is Path to Glory? Path to Glory is actually a Civ game. It's
Path
a
to
Civ
Glory
game.
is actually a Civ game.
It's a
Ticker
Civ game.
please, ticker please, ticker
Yeah,
please.
it's a
Ticker,
Civ
ticker.
game.
Yeah, that's a
There,
ticker right there.
it's a Civ game.
Path to Glory is a Civ game. Like eventually, Gandhi will nuke everyone. Like, Alariel will nuke everyone. This is how Path to Glory ends.
See, that's why they don't have the veteran table because it's a Civ game. It's a game by colonizers about colonizing for
Yes.
the colonized. Who's playing the game? And we have
Ah.
this quote: "Total war is not all about war."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about
Sometimes
civilizations.
you just wanna like play politics in ancient Rome and like build colosseums.
Yeah, and oppress minorities
Yep,
and
yep, yep.
indigenous peoples.
Yeah, not before Croak shoots a giant space laser. Honestly, it's probably gonna be the Skaven that nukes us.
Again,
Just like the old
again,
world. Again,
again.
again.
Jesus,
They fucking
it's
shot the moon.
it's Vermintide all over again. Pure
Anyway,
vermin.
the best part of the territory system is that you can upgrade the territories for GP. For example, if you own the Ruins of Myth, you buy it for 10 GP and it has zero effect. But if you explore it for 15 GP, you can roll a d6 at the end of each aftermath sequence. On a 1 to 5, nothing happens, and on a 6, you gain one bonus artifact of power and it's added to your vault. And then you remove the ruins from your roster.
That's a pretty low chance, but since you get to do it, you get to
Yeah,
attempt multiple times. Just keep on playing, just like any
yeah.
grind quest. It's a
But
grind
the other
quest.
ones are pretty cool. Like, for example, you remember the old keep, which increases your hero's limit by one.
Yeah.
If you upgrade it for 10 GP to a 45 keep, you increase your hero limit by three instead of one,
Okay.
which is
This is a
pretty
Civ
big.
game. This is a
Yeah,
Civ
it's a
game.
Civ game. It's literally a Civ game. Like,
With RTS.
yeah, I particularly love the Borderlands. The Borderlands for 10 GP, um, let you pick one unit on your order of battle that was not included in the army and roll a dice. On a 4 plus, it gains one renown point. And if you upgrade it for 15 to a bastion, you can pick two units instead of one to randomly sorry, gain XP.
That's
Um, Even if they didn't participate because they were out patrolling the borderlands. Yeah, and there's also the wellspring which lets your units heal, and it's amazing. Honestly, it's super amazing. I love it so much.
and yet, and yet,
And yet, Path to Glory, it's I'm torn.
It was this close. It was
Nothing's
this
right,
close to
I'm
being perfect.
torn. I'm all out of
This
faith.
close.
This is something real.
And that's your song for the evening.
That's
And
your song for the
fortunately,
evening.
we have not lost viewers because of that line. Good.
Yes, we did not lose viewers.
We did not lose viewers.
So
Thank you.
no original songs. We can only do cover.
And get copyright strikes. Cool.
Uh-huh. Demonetized. It's okay. We weren't monetized to begin with.
That hurts. Oof.
Uh, all songs belong to their owners except for the Taliman song, which belongs to me.
Well, speaking of monetization, thank you for sticking around this long. If you're still watching, if you have not subscribed or followed any of our social media and
Please
streaming
do.
accounts, please do so. It's right up there.
Yeah.
We're on
Like,
Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
yes,
Please.
definitely. Please specifically help us get to 1,000 subs on YouTube or 50 followers on Twitch so that we can start giving Mikey money. The man
Yes.
is hungry, guys. Feed the man, please.
Yes, I'm not eating. I'm on intermittent 24-hour. Is that you? Just kidding. anyway,
Okay, the
anyway.
fasting is your fault. You're the one who went on a diet, a Warhammer diet.
Anyway.
No, Regina, we promise never to do this again because we literally lost viewers.
Yeah, like we saw
Yeah.
the ticker go down. But what? Never
Okay.
again.
So the last part of this, the Path to Glory system is the managing your order of battle. You can do four things. You can have adding new units. You can have recuperating your units. You can reinforce your units, and you can retire your units. Retiring is not on the slide because it takes is to erase the unit from your roster. Bye bye. That's it. Okay, and then adding a new unit actually costs glory points depending on the unit's point value here, and depending on yeah, it costs a different amount of glory points depending on what your point value is. That's the same for recuperate and reinforce. Recuperating is you choose a unit with a casualty score of one or more, and then the number of glory points you must spend in order to recuperate the unit is there on the table on your screen. And you spend the glory points, and then for each casualty on the unit, my old example, I lost 5 zombies in a unit of 20. So I make 5d6 rolls, and for each 4 plus, I reduce the casualty score by 1. So I got 1 back. And if it did not take part in the previous battle, if I left it at home, instead I recover on a 2 plus. So they get extra time to rest. So my zombies get extra time to sleepy sleep so that they can wake up rested when I make
Are they
my
already
recuperation roll.
resting, but not in peace?
Well, they're not resting if I summon them back up from the grave.
Right.
Yeah. Reinforcing is basically just reinforcements. So yeah, you get to reinforce something on your pitch battle profile. If I want more zombies, I add more zombies. Ta-da. And you also pay the points for those, of course. And you have to make sure it doesn't go over your supply limit. And that's basically it for Path to Glory.
Yeah.
So overall, Crusade system is not that interesting as a skeleton of a system, but it's extremely well made. It's complete. It's a complete system. You can play it out of the bag. You can play it with your codex. You don't actually have to take your codex rules if you don't want to do the Nemesis system for Grey Knights. You don't have to, because the Crusade system is good on its own. The Path to Glory system, on the other hand, is ah
Here comes the salt.
ah okay. As a skeleton, it's incredibly amazing. Like there's so many good things. The territory system is great. Like the renown system is great. It's just really they left a lot of stuff out that they could have just included anyway. Now we have to wait for the battle tome. So if you don't have your battle tome out yet, it's gonna feel a bit unfair. It's gonna feel a bit boring. Unlike in 40k, you can play an old codex with a new codex in a crusade game, and it's not gonna feel that different.
Right.
It's still gonna be interesting either way. You still have your progression, and then when the new stuff comes in, you can just yay new stuff. But here it feels like a huge missed opportunity. Like it feels like there should be more content. I was reading through it and I was like, but where are the outpost rules? Where are the outpost rules? There are no outpost rules, my friends.
Mentioned but not explained.
I
Oh my.
know.
Are you sure? Well, I don't have a copy of the core. That-
Okay, I'll check
That's pretty
again
wild.
once
That's
more
pretty
for you.
wild. That's pretty wild.
They did put like a battle pack here, like the sample battle pack for your Path to Glory.
Yeah. So while Kesh is looking up that exact section, please let us know what you think of the different narrative wargaming systems that we have. Which do you think is better for you, or if you've enjoyed the current ones that we have right now, Crusade, Path to Glory? Tell us what you think about these ways to play. So yeah, so from Eric, yeah, in 6 months when yeah, give it 6 months when more of those battle tools come out and we find out whether they improve on the veteran upgrades
Yeah.
thing.
Okay, so they did include a Path to Glory battle pack, which is 6 pages, compared to like the incredibly amazing spread of battle plans for Crusade, where you have like six per tier of game. Here we have six. We have six. That's it. Like, look how bare this shit is. Look how bare it is. So bare. Like, you can't read anything, but like, you can see how empty it is.
Yeah,
There
but
aren't even pictures.
Michael seems to be on the AoS side of
Yeah,
narrative
it
wargaming.
it looks amazing if you have your battle tome. Honestly, Michael is Orox, so he doesn't care about Yash's pain. So he's getting his battle tome like in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, Eric maybe in 6 months, maybe in
Yeah,
six
yeah.
months.
When we get more, if they actually release like a supplement for Path to Glory, an actual supplement like they noted in their freaking core book, we will see. Sorry,
Yeah, fingers crossed. Let's pray to
I've been
Sigmar
eating spicy food all day.
or Hish. Let's
Okay,
pray to our
and
favorite AOS gods.
yeah, we will be doing more tutorial vids. Tell us what you want, like specifically what tutorial vids you want. We
Yeah,
will probably be doing those. We can't
tell
make
us what you
actual
want,
game tutorial
what you
videos on a
really, really want.
tabletop because of the plague, but of course we do want to do more of this kind of content.
Yeah, primers.
And
We'll give you more
yeah,
primers.
primers.
Those are tutorials.
And I checked online. It doesn't seem like there are many how to start Crusade or how to start Path to Glories out there. Not even Warcom has a how to start Path to Glory. It's a
It,
sign of how much they have forgotten the system, despite giving us the best territory system I've ever seen.
I think it's more of a player-driven, community-driven thing, like what Eric and friends are doing, and what's the name of their group that does all these narrative battle reports?
Give me more tables.
Yeah, but so the thing that Eric and friends do, I forget
Yeah.
the name of their thing. Eric, if
Speaking
you're
of which,
there,
guys,
comment.
we would like to invite you to something we call the Tale of N Warlords, which is an AoS and 40k narrative campaign that we're doing using the Crusade and Path to Glory systems. If you're interested in them, please join the Dragonforge Wargaming group, and we can tell you about them there. It's gonna be a lot of role playing. It's gonna be playing within a setting as well as telling the story of your dudes, and you're gonna be affecting how the story goes and affecting the lore canon in the Dragonforge setting. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, please give us a message.
Like myself
Yeah,
and Eric.
yeah, we do have a lot of people who segued into AOS from D&D. That's actually a pretty common thing.
Yeah, it's a good
Oh,
transition.
Eric's commenting. Uh, yeah,
Okay.
so it seems like people are making their own custom Path to Glory stuff. Like you know how Kesh said that he could probably like knock one out in an hour. Like, look, people are actually doing it. G Dub, what's your excuse? So yeah, this is
Ah,
Eric
there
telling
you
us
go.
about
Okay,
animosity,
that's the thing. Animosity.
and also telling us to look in the weave. These are other people who do narrative style campaigns, and I actually found this thing online. Let me find it. There we go. And let me share it.
Yeah,
Um,
Eric. I have tons of questions about animosity. No, not the noun, but the thing.
right. So gonna share this screen with you guys. This is something I found on a website called the Beard Bunker, and it's an
Oh,
automated 40k Crusade roster, and this is what it looks like. We'll put a link to this on the YouTube description and on the Facebook description, so don't worry about that. And what's really nice is it gives you a very nice way to take note of your Crusade roster. Well, along with your units, you can put your lore in here, your notes, famous deeds, your requisition log, your order of battle. It's all here, and it's also properly formatted for mobile, so you can refer to it while you're playing, along with whatever army builder you're using, like the official GW one or even Battle Scribe. So it's pretty
oh,
amazing.
that's
Yeah.
the thing you were telling me about
Yes.
yesterday.
Yeah, I was telling you about. So
That's cool.
again, the Beard Bunker.
Yes, we love
I
spreadsheets. I love
heartily recommend
spreadsheets.
it. V- Thanks so much to these guys for making it. I was going to try to make my own, but like these guys already did it and saved me the work. Like,
Good,
thank you so much, and like full credit to these
good,
guys
good,
for
good.
making it. Like, thank you. I haven't found one for Path to Glory. There are a lot of just random spreadsheets out there. I haven't tested out which ones work, but this one is just it's good. It's
Yeah,
really
you know
nice.
what?
Yeah.
I'm already getting a lot of ideas because I'm a big fan of these two books
Mhm.
about Talents of the Emperor, and there's a lot of key battles here that are fought on a skirmish level, and then a few big battles on a combat patrol to onslaught
Yeah,
level.
that's
So
definitely something you can do. What I actually want to do then is to tie in kill team campaigns with Crusade, and to tie in Warcry campaigns with um Path to Glory. So that's definitely something.
yeah, kasi
You
the
probably
Indomitus
won't
Crusade,
for experience, but you can have like segues into Warcry. You can have
yeah,
segues into kill team using the stuff you have in your order of battle.
kasi ano eh,
Very
example
cool.
no, like the Indomitus Crusade would not have happened without the actions of a Talon skill team, like super epic, and even Robot Gorilla Man acknowledges that.
Oh,
So that's
Robo
pretty cool.
Girly Man, yes.
Yeah, I'd love to see that
Or as
played
somebody
out.
called him once in our groups, Roberto Gulaman.
Who sells Sagot Gulaman?
Yes. All right. So, We actually ended much earlier than I expected. So for next week, we would like you to send us your pictures of Lumineth because Eric
Send
hasn't
elves.
painted any. Yes.
Send
Yes.
send white elves. Sun-kissed white
Yes.
elves.
Send
White
send us
overalls.
your high elves, man. Your Rastafarian elves smoking the weed and the whatever stone they have, the realm stone.
Oh, by the way, I was corrected by Eric. No? I had assumed that all high elves of
Right?
were of fair complexion. I had
Well, the
wrongly
dark
assumed.
elves are pale. So, like, note that all high elves are not pale. There can be black high elves. There can be Ching Chong high elves. There can be high elves of any race.
Eric, why are you working on SCE before Lumineth? I'm working on SCE.
You see, Eric chases the meta, which is why he plays Luminous. Though honestly, if you play Lumineth and you play the cows, you have my respect. My respect.
Oh,
Yes.
of course, of course.
Yeah,
He has the
yes.
Dominion
Eric
book.
does have Dominion. But please, Eric, just paint one Lumineth model for us, please, for next week. Please.
Yeah, come
Just so we
on.
have something to show. And anyone else, if you have Lumineth, please like send it to us. We want to showcase your models. We would love to showcase your models. And yes, Michael, we are expecting you to send us pictures for October, huh? Yeah?
Please, please, please.
Required ka. All right. So Eric wants to get the cows for a Christmas box. So if there's a cow Christmas box, please do remember this date. September 11, 2021, Eric has committed to getting cows if they come in a Christmas box. So if we get a battle box, a battle force box with cows, Eric's
Oh
on the
my
buy.
gosh,
Yes.
it's almost that time of the year again.
It was
Battle
already the time of
Force.
the year. Lumabas na si Jose Marichan.
Oh, but the Battle Force
Lumabas na si
announcements.
Mariah
That's
Carey.
that's the real Christmas announcement. That's the real
The
herald of
Battle Force
Christmas. The
boxes, yes.
Battle Force boxes from GW. Oh my goodness. And I will
Uh,
be poor until
Michael,
2022.
I'm actually expecting orcs.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
expecting Beast Nagas. I'm
They
expecting Beast
haven't
Nagas
had a Battle Force box in the longest time, haven't they?
for orcs. Yeah, they haven't had it in a while.
Yeah,
We had like
Nids got
Gloomspite,
last year.
but that doesn't count.
Uh, People play Gloomspite? Nids?
Yeah, well, they're selling off their Gloomspite now.
Mm,
Because even
mm,
Goonhammer were like had different tiers, tier one, 2, 3, 4, and then Gloomspite tier.
I am not even motivated to try
Yeah.
them in
Don't
Warcry.
worry,
Like,
Michael. If there is a battle force for orcs, auto order for you. No
yes, we
questions
will
asked.
reserve one for you, for
Yeah.
sure.
Like straight
Don't
up,
show
the
worry.
moment it's announced, ordering ko na. Okay. Walang tanong-tanong. The
Yeah,
same thing for Eric's cow box.
please order your GW Christmas Battle Force boxes with us at the Dragon Forge. We'll be one of the first to let you know when they're available. You can be sure
Yes.
of that.
Unless
You can
Kesh slept through the entire day. That sometimes happens.
Ah!
In which case, it'll be Mikey who tells you.
Yes. And to make sure that you get updated on all the latest pre-orders and upcoming videos, please like and subscribe to all of our social media accounts and streaming platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, to support us and make our efforts sustainable so we can give you more
Yes.
entertainment. And we can keep calling out people for their
Yeah.
piles of potential.
Yeah, especially if you love our content, if you like what we're doing here, if you want us to make changes, please do leave us comments, leave us likes, leave us
Yes.
subscribes, and we're just gonna go through the rest of our calendar for September. Um, for Monday, there's gonna be our usual pre-order stream, and then someone commented that that was so quick for mental health. Yes, it is quick for mental health, as well as being quick since there's nothing really much to talk about. We're just showing you the different models that Yeah, the different models that John has to order
Yes,
since
and we
it's
will
still
call
like
him out. We
October
will
early.
call him out and
Yep,
still
yep,
entice him to add more. So we
yep,
can keep calling him
definitely.
out. We need to
Yeah,
keep calling him out sustainable.
yeah. Until the orc releases stop, we will keep tagging and like calling out John to order.
Mm,
Anyway, so
forever.
on the 17th, next Friday, will be our faction focused Lumineth with our friend Eric. Yes, kakakuha lang ni John ng Bisnaga box. May parating siyang Octarius.
Oh my
may
gosh.
mga parating pa siyang ibang units. So
And
like
he's been working on his Marvel Crisis protocol for the past few weeks.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, I'm
like
looking at your Dominion box, Jonathan Lansang. Your Dominion box. Eric has started on his Dominion box already.
yeah. So faction focus with Eric. Finally here to be able to speak to us about the Lumineth na hindi one-sided lang.
Which he has not painted an iota of many.
Yes. Eric, come on. We need at least one. Michael, you know we can't answer that question.
Yes. If you
Yeah.
could, yes, we are not
That question
allowed.
is not halal.
Yes.
Okay, so
Haram.
on the Saturday,
It's not kosher.
yeah,
Not
DR
fully
will be
kosher.
talking. Mr. Doctor will be talking to everyone about the D&D starting out special, basically how to start
Yeah.
D&D, like player creation, etc. Blah blah blah. We're gonna have another pre-order Monday, and then we're gonna have our faction focus Adeptus Mechanicus. I got a tentative approval from Boy to join us for the Adeptus Mechanicus stream, but
Thank you,
he
Omnicide.
has to check depending on his bedtime and
Please keep
whether
praying
or
to the
not
Omnicide.
he's gonna be stuck. Yeah, he's very well painted. He actually won our best painted before for the 15 and under category, of which there were
Really?
two entries, him and his brother.
Not gonna lie, you had me at the first half.
Yeah. So we call him boy, but he is apparently as tall as me now since I haven't seen him in 2 years since the plague. So he's a big boy now. So we're gonna see him on scene for the first time. If he shows up and doesn't ditch us for the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy 14 with unlimited free trial up to level 60 with no time restrictions, that now includes the award-winning Heaven's Ward expansion. Yes, I have memorized the entire spiel. It is required by the leaders of the cult.
I can't believe you just said all of that.
Oh yeah. Anyway, so on the 25th will be another huge drain on Kesh's mental health as we discuss the big army primer. So we're gonna be talking about big games with big armies. We're gonna go Lord of the Rings. We're going AoS. We're going 40K. We're going Star Wars Legion. It's gonna
Oh
be
my gosh.
packed.
Oh
Yes, it's
my
gonna
gosh.
be apocalypse. It's
We're
gonna
not
be
gonna sleep
yeah,
the
di
entire.
kami matutulog buong linggong to. Like, look at it. It's a faction focus, a major faction focus for a very competitive army, and then a big army primer. Like, whoever scheduled this, fuck you.
I have no idea how we came up with this schedule. Okay, you know what,
Yeah,
Michael Lim?
this was the
Um,
fault of some Indian guy. Like, it's his fault.
don't worry. AdMech, good for kill team. I'm gonna say it now. I'm calling it now. It's one of the top 8, and I'm pretty sure it's top 4. It's a top 4 faction for kill team, just behind Commandos and Krieg.
Yeah, it's currently top one in 40K.
See, see. So yeah.
Or though that may be argued, kasi right now a lot of the tournaments are either Drukari, it's gonna be Adeptus Mechanicus, and there's still a few Marine lists coming out with Iron Hand successors and General Iron Hands. If your name is Antonio in Spain, like that's the only way that pure Iron
Imagine
Hands
that.
win.
Iron
Yeah,
Hands are back. Iron Hands are back. Imagine that.
Yeah, only if you're in Spain and only if your name is Antonio, of which there
Okay.
are two.
Iron Hands. Imagine that. They're back.
So to the Antonios, felicidades
Muy
and
bien. Muy bien.
muchas gracias from the Iron Hands.
Yes.
Yes,
All the way from your former colony,
yeah.
the Philippine Islands.
Felicidades de Filipinas.
Muy bien.
Muchas
Muy
gracias.
bien.
And they're actually from Barcelona, so they want to secede. So yeah, the GT was no, wait, sorry. The GT wasn't in Barcelona. It was in Granada. It was in the south. It's in Valencia. They're not seceding. They were formerly Muslim controlled though. Yeah, Granada,
Oh,
beautiful place. Been there twice.
you're thinking of another province in Spain, eh? The one with the
Uh, País Basco, Basque Country, the one in the north.
Yeah,
País Basco.
Basque Country.
Yeah, yeah. They're the other people who want to secede. I know them in particular because there was a terrorist plane bomber from País Basco in Narcos.
Are we allowed to talk about it?
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah. Well, it's
anyway,
historical, so yeah, we'll do a historical episode on these days.
yeah,
So that's it
With teacher
for us
Eric as
tonight.
well.
With teacher Eric. Yes. Uh oh, I like this. I like this. I
Choosing
like
colors.
this.
Sure,
Yeah, I like this. We
definitely,
can
definitely.
discuss like the color wheel. If we can like invite someone from Pilipintados to talk with us, that would be awesome. Like anyone from there is listening, like we want to do that. And yeah, Eric, the historical episode is when all platforms ban.
Yes, that's the fastest way to get canceled. Great.
Oh my gosh.
We're actually gunning for that. Like toe the line to being
Yeah,
canceled.
we want to be the top gear of wargaming, right?
Yeah.
And we can't be the top gear if we don't Jeremy Clarkson the shit out of this.
Yes. Watch us get canceled online.
One of these days. When is History Month? I'll have to research that and we can do something then. So it can be a special, so yeah, that'll be fun.
That would be our final special.
I doubt Facebook will ban us though, so we can still do that.
Yeah, Twitter. Twitter
Yeah,
will cancel us.
yeah.
They all
No, no.
they cancel
Like
everyone.
Twitter doesn't actually cancel anyone. It's the Twitter community that cancels people. I mean, the
Yeah.
Taliban is still on Twitter, right?
Wait, you want us to do Black History Month? Okay, sure.
I don't know anything about Black history aside from slavery.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably not the best thing for
Yeah,
us to talk
it may
about.
not be relevant to our local context, though we should do like
Women's History Month? Yeah, sure. We can do women in wargaming. We can do women in wargaming, both faction and players.
oh no, this is what I want to do. I want Shark Week. I
Oh
want
god.
Idonet Deepkin Shark Week
And what
and Karkaradons. We're having
Carcaradons, there you go.
okay. When is Shark Week? We're doing Karkaradons and Idonet Deepkin for Shark Week. There we
Okay,
go. We have
teacher
content.
Eric, when is short week? Teacher
Teacher
Eric.
Eric, when is Shark Week?
This World Oceans
Like
Day.
we
Okay,
already
sure.
have plans for Mental Health Awareness Month. We already have plans for Shark Week. We have plans for yeah. This is great. I love this.
Yeah, this
Uh,
is assuming we don't get canceled permanently.
yeah,
Before
yeah. We can do this. We can do Sororitas and Daughters of Cain on Women's Month.
yeah, and Talons, their
Talons of the
glorious
Emperor. Yeah.
return. Their
Okay.
glorious return.
So Shark Week is mid-July. So please
Oh, we missed
wait
it. We missed
mid-July
it.
for our Idonet Deepkin and Karkaradon special.
Yeah, Pride Week, Pride Month.
Yeah,
Totally.
elves.
Yeah,
Whole month elves.
yeah. We got people from the LGBT community
Yeah,
playing different
elves.
tabletop.
Yeah, that's why it's called Elf GBTQ, right?
One of these days, we're See, we're this close. We're this close. We are this close, Kesh. We are this close. Yeah. We need a more diverse panel.
Yeah. Well, we're pretty diverse as is.
Yeah, you got to. Anyway, thank you for
All
joining
right.
us
We
for
we
this
better
long.
go before we cancel ourselves.
Yeah. Again, please like and follow, subscribe to our different social media channels and streaming platforms.
Yeah.
And we will see you again next week with Teacher Eric on the Faction
Right.
Focus Luminet. Send us your elves.
Ciao, Bella friends, and send us them Rastafarian elves.
Oh yeah, Monday. And yeah, see you for the pre-order. It could you could think it's cash, but it might actually be me, Teacher Mikey.
Dio! You
Five
should
minutes.
Photoshop your face on Dio's face.
Yeah, sure, we can do that. Uh, just in case. Just in case
Justin
there's
Ketman. All right. Yeah.
all
See
right.
you for more orc pre-orders on Monday, Jonathan Lansang.
Yes, we have more for you. All right.
Yes, we
So
got it all for you.
anyway, good night, everybody, and have a great weekend. Please paint your minis, and
Yes, wanna
so you
know
can
it
buy more.
there.
So you can buy more from us. Good night.